beyond Park Hub and the work you've done there, is there also a legacy?
The answer is emphatically yes. Born and raised here in Dallas, raising two boys, 8 and 10, in the same community in which I grew up in. So when you think about legacy, it's legacy here within my community, specifically Dallas, but from the startup ecosystem and entrepreneur system. Dallas is a real estate, oil and gas town. That's what it was built on. That's where a lot of the wealth was created, and where it's been maintained. And to that point, there are not a lot of venture capital firms. There is not a lot of private equity. There are family offices that are specialized again in oil and gas, and so it made it very challenging to raise capital because the ecosystem did not exist. And so to the point of legacy is just, helping the community continue to thrive, because we have a lot to offer here in Dallas. We're fine. The flywheel's finally going. It's recognized year after year now from the startup ecosystem and in companies. You've got a lot of those businesses that were once in that California tri-state market that are relocating to the Dallas market because of these other reasons, right? On the legacy front, it's both in my own personal community and then to the community at large in Dallas from a business standpoint.
So were there some passion projects that you really take an interest in?
So I mentioned earlier, I went through the Mayor Star Council, the leadership program, 2018-19. Being a Forever Dallasite, I was really got to see the failure points or weaknesses or areas in which the city needed improvement. And that, ranged everything from food deserts and health and wellness access to digital divide, like to connectivity as an example, things that I kind of always just took for granted and never really understood the social impact that the lack of these things kind of provided into the community. So today, third or fourth year I've been doing it, the United Way, their social innovation accelerator. I'm a mentor. And so I get to, with a group of two others, get to mentor a fellow in their program every year, providing social impact into the community. And that's always a joy to help nonprofits kind of change the landscape of our community.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned Dallas being an oil and gas and real estate town, and my hometown of Denver, Colorado was always that way.
Yeah.
And now it seems that the economics have changed, right? It's a much more robust economy. And you're finding that's true of Dallas, I'm sure. And then, of course, you've got this wonderful group of nonprofits whom you work with. Can you touch a little bit on that?
Yeah. So I think just in general, you kind of have a three-legged stool of kind of the corporate world, business in the community. You've got academia, and then you've got the budding businesses, right? And to your point, Denver, it's all coming out of Boulder or the University of Denver, and the academia is fueling that, and then the businesses, whether that's small or large corporate, are retaining that talent and then creating innovation hubs within the larger corporate business, or separate and apart and aside. But nonetheless, creating that opportunity for change, more specifically as we enter kind of the fourth tech revolution, right? With Internet of Things connecting various devices, and you've got blockchain and artificial intelligence and machine learning. And these are all things that we've been talking about, or at least kind of in my world, for the last decade. And it feels like over the last 24 months, people are like, what is this ChatGPT thing? What is this AI? But it's been here, fueling those minds coming out of academia to then solution against that.